Western New York State, on a farm between two small towns, Canisteo and Greenwood, New York, out in the hills and in the country, and I just love it. Anyways, it's been a beautiful day here today, and I have some uh, beautiful birthday cards to share with you. This is birthday card class number 2 in a series, and this one is going to feature the Adorable Owls stamp set. We're going to do 3 cards, and if you would like the kits for these cards, you just, the free kits and the PDF tutorial, you just have to place an order in my online store this week of $35 before tax and shipping. And if you would like the gems that I'm using tonight, they're the In-Color Opal gems, then you just need to place an order of $50 or more in my online store. So great to be here with you tonight. Oh, thank you for the birthday wishes. Yes, it's been kind of a quiet day because I'm recovering from being sick, but I'm thankful that it's another year. Another year rolling around here. And if you comment and share tonight, you can be put into a drawing, or you will be put into a drawing for some gems. And last week's winner was Katie Whitmire. Thank you, Katie. If you message me with your address, or you can email me at vernastamps@gmail.com, then I can get them out to you. Great to see all of you ladies here tonight. And if you want to place an order for the free kits for this week, this is the host code to use at checkout. And on order of $35 or more, you will get kits to make 2 of each of these cards and the free PDF tutorial. Everything is included in the kits except for the stamp, ink, and adhesive. And I will add the gems if your order is $50 or more. So this is what the kits look like. I will have the cards numbered. These are from last week. This is kit 1. Kit for card number 2. Everything is pre-cut and die cut for you with the ribbon. And for this one, for the Adorable Owls this week, it is good until midnight next Monday evening. So hello, everybody. Also, right now is a great time to join if you're interested in joining and you just want to be a hobby demonstrator, that's fine. You can just get a discount on everything you order. And the deal this right now is you can get $175 worth of product for $125 plus this little mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, which is a $63 value. All of that for $175. If you don't want the bulk blue color, this is a new color that's coming out in the spring, then you can order the white one, this in white. If you don't want either one, then you still get $175 worth of product. You just don't get the machine. So, and I believe, I have to check, I think it's $99 for, no, I think it's $125 for the $125 for the $175 worth of product without the machine. Yes, I know. I debated about it, Margaret, and then I thought, oh, it's so cute, and it'd be great to have at my classes, an extra little mini machine, and I wanted to be able to show it to everybody. So that's that. Okay, tonight's cards that we're making we're using the Adorable Owl stamp set. That is this one right here. And this stamp set, actually, if you place a $50 order, you can pick this for free from the little Salabration catalog. This is one of the freebies in that. And I'm supplementing it, like for the sentiments, with the best day. The sentiments from some of the best day for birthday, because we're doing birthday cards. And let's get started. So the first card, I use the Timber 3D embossing folder. And then if you get the kits, that will already be embossed for you. And this is the Timber embossing folder. It has a timber look. And that is right here. And also, if you want I'll tell you the measurements tonight, but the PDF will be free if you order this, if you place an order or if you're on my team. And I wrote that measurement down. Gotta grab my paper so I can tell you. Okay, this piece here is 4 7/8 by 3 5/8. And I have a piece of crumb cake cardstock. It's 5 1/2 by 8 1/2. I've scored it at 4 1/4, or you can just fold it in half and then burnish it. I'm going to burnish it right here. Okay, and I have a piece of the soft suede that we're going to layer behind our timber, just like this. And this piece is 5 by 3 3/4. What'd everybody do today? Did you go shopping or do anything fun? So I have to tell you about my birthday present. I have been wanting, whoops, wrong piece. Oh, the legendary ride. Yes, I'm gonna do that class in my series of birthday classes here because that makes great masculine cards. You'll have to share them, Margaret. Next week we're gonna do floral, something pretty and floral for birthdays. All right, so we've got that. And I'm going to take a piece of twine, and this is from the Basics twine pack. I was going to use the linen. I think I used the linen on the other one, and I don't know what I did with it. I'm going to cut a long piece because I want to double it. Oh, you took down your tree and you ran. Good for you, Rosalie. You're always staying in shape. I usually walk, but on the treadmill. In the summer, I used to walk out here quite a bit, and sometimes I do, but the bears are around, and so I'm sorry, this isn't even. So sometimes it's a little discouraging, especially like in the fall when the mama bears are out with their cubs and we have cameras up and we see them in our fields around the area. I'm sure you guys have them too. So I'm just tying a bow on this so it's on the left side of the card. I do have a little more room for the Sweet Notes Card Club if anyone wants the kit for the Country Bouquet cards. Yeah, I've got a couple. This is one of them, but there's 3 more cards and you make 8 cards. And you get half a pack of the Country Bouquet paper, a spool of the white and blue variegated ribbon, and gems, the pastel adhesive back gems, and PDF tutorial and video tutorial, and the shipping for $39. And all of the ingredients to make 8 cards, including the envelopes. So if you want that, let me know right away. I'm going to start cutting that. Okay, so now we're going to adhere this on our little layers on our card front here. I know I feel really good when I walk. And I've got to get back into my walking too. All right, so this is going to go, we're going to center this on here on our front, just like that. All right, now we have a little bit of die cut here that to make like there's a little hole in the tree where our owl lives. And if you guys have used the tree, let me say it right, tree rings dies and the hybrid embossing folder, and I'll show it to you. This is one that is carrying over from the fall winter catalog. So you emboss at the same time that you die cut. This lays, let's see, like this. So your paper goes in here, and then this lays over that, and you run it through your machine, and it cuts the pieces and embosses them at the same time. It's really cool. Okay, and then there's a set of dies, 2 tree rings, and some acorn, some foliage here, and that goes with that set. All right, so I'm going to glue this is early espresso, and I'm going to glue this on my tree ring, and then I'm going to put it kind of this way, a little bit sideways, like that. And hold it down a minute. I know I need to reorganize my designer series paper too. Oh, that's cute. Yeah, that's a good idea, using a bunny. Huh, that would be cute. This has got to come over a little more here before that completely sets. All right, so while I'm gonna set, let's see, something that's not shiny. I'm gonna set that on that for a minute, and we're gonna color our owl. And I have just a piece of scrap paper here. I'm gonna take this off so you can see it better. And we're gonna stamp the owl in Memento black ink, and we're gonna use the owl that's flying right here. And we'll put him on the block. Bring our ink in. That would be cute. Bunny. All right, and we're going to stamp him on the cardstock just like that. And I'm using Stampin' Blends, so the Memento ink is great to use with Stampin' Blends because it will help keep the alcohol marker from running outside the boundaries there. And I'm going to grab a piece of scrap paper. Okay. And we'll put him on there. And now let's color our little owl here. I'm going to use crumb cake. I'm going to use the dark crumb cake on his belly here. And I'm using the bullet tip on, and these will bleed through to the other side. So you want to be aware of that when you're using them. And let's use the dark up here. I'm not being super precise. Have any of you seen an owl in the wild? Years ago on the farm, when we were milking cows, we had one that was hurt. And it was the strangest thing. The head didn't turn, but the eyes turned. I mean, like turned all over. And it was really, really interesting. Okay, so this is a light crumb cake. I'm just going around the edge here. And I'm not going to take a lot of time to blend this. I'm just using the colors as are, but you can blend them in and get really detailed with your blending, with your shades. And this is the brush tip I'm using because it's a wider area. All right, and I'm gonna come back and do his wings in the dark. Yeah, so we called the DEC and they came and got the owl. But it was really interesting. We're gonna do a little orange on his beak. I don't know if I prefer the orange or the yellow, but the orange will stand out. And a little bit of light granny apple green around his eyes. And I want to use the bullet tip because it's a smaller area. Okay, this looks like fall colors, doesn't it? I think these would be cute with the wobbly eyes because the eyes are big and you could just put those little wobbly eyes in there. They would be adorable. And I'm not doing a super detailed cutting job here. Let's see, what else is going on? I know there's a bunch of sales today, but I didn't get out and I haven't had time to be online to look either. Grandkids, some of the grandkids came up. And that was fun. They didn't stay long. My husband went to my grandson's basketball game at the Y. All right, so yeah, when you're fussy cutting, you should try to move your paper and not your scissors, which I wasn't being super careful about. He is so cute, that little owl. We'll get rid of our scraps here. All right, so he's gonna go, well, first we need a little branch. And I have a piece of old olive cardstock and the bow punch, which I left over on my cupboard. All right, so this is this might have carried over from the other catalog. I can't remember. Well, maybe it's in the annual. Can't remember. And I just want this leaf right here. And we're going to put our leaf kind of hanging down like this. So I missed doing Stampin' in the Valley, but we'll get back to that. The next one is February 11th here in my studio. Hope you can come. Would love to have you. And now we're going to put him kind of like this. We're going to use some dimensionals or elevators, as Jeannie Andrews says. We're just going to pop him up a little bit. I know, I could see doing a card like with the rabbit hole over here and the bunny hopping out or a couple of bunnies. That would be really cute. There's our little owl. And now we're going to do a little sentiment. We're going to stamp Hoot Hoot. And that is in this set. It's one stamp that says Hoot Hoot, Hoot Hoot, you're so cute. But I'm going to cover the bottom part with tape. And so, because I don't want that image stamped, or you're so cute stamped. All right. Got it on our block here. I'm just going to take some Scotch tape while I ink this up. If you ever don't want your whole stamp sentiment on your card, just cover what you don't want on there. But you have to remember to take that off before you stamp your paper you're going to stamp. All right, so that's the key. Remember to take this off. Because if you don't, you're going to have a mess of ink on your sentiment. I'm just going to stamp this at the bottom here, like that. We'll cover that. And I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in. And we're just going to trim that down. Let's see. Well, I got that close. All right, I've got to restamp that. We don't want it quite that close. So we'll bring this back. We're going to cover that bottom part. Just like that. I'm going to ink it up. Take the tape off. Hopefully without getting it any on my fingers. Thanks, Margaret. All right, let's see if I can stamp it on this thin strip. I better stand up. Okay, we got her on there. I'm just going to slant my ends a little bit, just like that. Now we'll bring in, again, those dimensionals. And let's see if they'll fit on the back. They might be too big. I might have cut it too small. Nope, it just fits. You have to turn them so the flat side goes along the edge of the paper. Thanks. Okay. We'll take the backing off these. All right, let's bring our card back in. And here's our hoop hoop. I think we want it like maybe down here. Hoop hoop. We need some gems on there. And these are the In-Color Opal Rounds, 2021-2023 In-Color Opal Rounds. And so these are what you would get with the kits with a $50 order this week. If your order is $50 before tax and shipping. And I'm using the light, actually I think this is soft suede. And you can pick them right up with the little putty end of the take your pick tool. So there's the front of our card with our little owl. And let's do an inside piece. So here's our inside piece, and let's grab the other stamp set. Let's do It's the Best Day Because It's Your Birthday. It's the best day because it's your birthday. All right. And we'll ink this up. And let's see if I can get it straight. Okay. And then I'm gonna add some ink on the back. I do like using the glue because you have time to move things around if you get it on there crooked. Sometimes I use the Seal Plus and sometimes I use the glue. Okay, so and then you could stamp another little owl down here, put a piece of designer series paper in there. So there's that one. This is the first one I did, and this one I have the hoot hoot up here. I have this down farther, a little down a little farther. And I use the darker gems on the front of that. The inside of this has a piece of designer series paper in there. So that is card number 1. All right, card number 2. Card number 2 and card number 3, I'm using the really pretty Rain or Shine Specialty Designer Series paper. And it's specialty because one side of it has like a sheen or a shimmer on it. These are the raindrops. There's a huge sheet that has the flowers and clouds. I can't wait to play with this set. And here's the little animals. Aren't they cute? And they have a shimmer on them. That's why it's specialty paper. There's more of the rain. There's a hot pink. It's on the other side of the hot pink. Oh, that's little creatures. And it goes with a rainy day stamp set. This designer series paper. But today Verna's using it with adorable owls. And then that really looks like rain. It's got the gray clouds. And the back is that flirty flamingo. Here we've got a sheet of umbrellas. Isn't that pretty? And oh, look at the flowers on the back. Let me turn this one over so you can see it. I really like that. Okay, so the piece I used on this next card has is a piece, this one right here, with Mango Melody and Flirty Flamingo in it. We'll set that aside. So I'm starting with a piece of thick basic white cardstock. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, or you can just fold it in half and burnish it. All right, I have a piece of, I'm going to burnish that some more. I have a piece, well, let's do our owl first. Let's stamp our owl and get him done. So I have a piece of scrap paper here, and I'm going to stamp the owl with the party hat on. And he is right in here. Well, I can use this block, I think. I'll put him kitty corner. And I need the Memento ink, which seems to have disappeared. I'll grab my other one. I know it's right here. All right. We're gonna, so again, we're using the Memento ink because we're using the alcohol markers. And it is the best ink to use with them. There he is. He's so cute. Adorable. All right. So for this little owl, I'm going to use gray or smoky slate. And I'm just grabbing my scrap piece here to lay it on. I'm going to do, well, that is not smoky slate. That is crumb cake. Oh, there it is. Okay, I'm going to use the light smoky slate around his eyes. For around his, yeah, around his eyes, not up there. And actually, I'm going to use the other end here. It'll go a little faster. Last week, our birthday cards were made with the Share a Milkshake bundle. Oops, I got a little on his, a little more on his eye than I wanted to. And we'll do light on his tummy. This week is going to be the Adorable Owls. So it's great because you can get your birthday cards done, have them done for most of the year, have your stash to ready to go. Okay, so we're going to make that dark, and we'll do his little wings and the rest of his body in the dark. There we go. And let's do the light pumpkin for his beak and little feet here. And again, the granny apple green. This time we're going to do his eyes right here. And then I'm going to do his hat in green stripes, part of it. And we'll alternate with the flirty flamingo. Okay. And there he is. We'll get him cut out here. Is there anybody on here that likes to fussy cut? I actually don't mind it. There's an art form called, and it's a German word, Scherenschnitt, and it's all intricate cutting. I had a friend that was into doing that, and it's beautiful. It's like lacy, intricate detailed cutting. Now I don't know that I would enjoy that. Oh, Mom, you left a fussy cut. Oh, the inks. So the alcohol inks are used for blending mainly, which I am not blending tonight, but you can blend the light. I'll try to do something tutorial about that, Elaine. You can blend the light and the dark colors together. There's also a color lifter in our blends that's used to lighten and lift the color. And some people, I know Margaret does beautiful coloring, but not with the Stampin' Blends, I don't think. But yes, I will do that. One of these nights I'll do just the different markers. Like you could do this too with uh Stampin' Write markers. But what I like about these is they have a bigger tip than the Stampin' Write markers. Like they have a brush tip and then the bullet tip for fine detail. Okay, so we've got our cardstock, we've got our little owl, we have a piece of Flirty Flamingo, and what did I say this was? Okay, this is 3 1/8 by 4 3/8. This is 3 by 4 1/4, the designer series paper. And we're going to layer that onto there. Oh, look at the rain. The raindrops on the back here. Okay. You're welcome. Oh, you've got a silhouette. I had a silhouette and I gave it to my daughter-in-law. You can do beautiful things with them. I just didn't have the time. Yeah, you can get really detailed with a silhouette. It's the same with the crickets, I think. Okay, so this is the polished pink open weave ribbon. It's in the annual catalog. You guys know I like bows. And I'm just gonna, again, take it around the top of this. And I'm gonna do my bow this way. They usually turn out better upside down. I love this mango melody with the polished pink on the paper. We used to do occasionally at the flower shop, we would do Southwest colors, which was like a hot pink, um, orange or mango melody color, and dark purple and black. They were really gorgeous together. And even a poppy with it. All right, so cut that off and cut this off. That might be a little long. Might need to change that. This is going to go on centered on our card front. Oh, I've got something on there. I'm going to turn it over this. Oh, you know what? I bet I've got ink on here. Let me grab another one. We can't have that. Thick, basic, or thick, yeah, thick, basic white. Here we go. I probably had it on my fingers. Let's see, I don't, yep, I've got it on my finger. All right, we'll look this up. Put it at 5 1/2. Cut it in half. Save that piece. And I'm going to score this at 4 1/4. We're going to burnish this down, and we're going to put our glue on. Whoops. We don't want to move that. And center it. Right like that. Okay, so I have a banner, two banners that are cut with a stylish shaped dies. This one is Flirty Flamingo, and this is white. And I'm gonna stamp It's Your Day and Polished Pink on the white one. And It's Your Day is from the Adorable Owl set. And I want it towards the left end of it. So we're going to put it towards this end. See if this is straight. Yeah, not really. Kind of crooked. All right, I'm going to redo it. I'm going to turn it over and do it. The back side isn't as pretty, but it's, wow, that's crooked. It must be the way well, it's not too bad. Must be the way the stamp is. All right. So this is going to go down first. And we want the tails out to the side here a little bit. And I'm just using the ink, or you can use Seal or Seal Plus for the ink, the glue. You probably knew what I meant. Okay. This is going to layer here. And I really do not like that. It's so crooked. I'm going to practice stamp. I want to see. It's one thing I have trouble with the labels. Okay, so it goes up a little bit. So if we do it like this, that's about right. So this end has to go down just a hair. I'm grabbing a piece of paper here, and let's bring the new mini in and give it a try. Let's stamp the sentiment on this first. Okay, so we want that one end to be down just a little bit. Okay, so that's straight. We're going to put our die on there. I'm going to grab a piece of Post-it tape. Now in the catalog, or the catalogs, there'll be a little picture of the mini by any die sets that are just, all the dies in it are small enough to use on the mini. They're not wide dies, and they'll be marked in the catalog. Now I'm going to grab my plates from my other mini, because I don't have the other ones open yet. Well, this is the base, bottom plate, and everything's numbered on this. You see mine is worn out, but it tells you what plates to use, like if you're embossing or if you're die cutting. And we'll just roll that right through there. Okay. And then it's nice because it folds up. Okay, so there's our die cut. I didn't mean to take the time to do that, but that's one of those things. We'll bring our card back in. We're going to layer this on here. So this is like almost halfway up. This center part here is layered on that. About like that. We'll hold that down. We're going to pop the owl on with dimensionals. And you can see how the alcohol leaks through to the other side. All right, and he's gonna be right, I think I want him, like that, okay? And no, I think I want him over more. Let's see if I can get him off there. I want him to cover the end of those banners, all right? So what I'm gonna do now is add some gems to this. You could even stamp like some little decorative stamp image there. So we'll bring our gems back in. And let's use the yellow ones, I think. Or they're supposed to be, these are supposed to be mango, actually. I'm going to put one right here. We'll put one down here. And one right there. So it's your day. And then I'm not going to take the time to do the inside right now just because it's getting kind of late. Because I want to get to the third card, which is a fun fold. But the inside on this one, I just put designer series paper right there. And this one, I probably should have moved the sentiment over just a little bit here. What I might do is add a couple more dots here. Let's do that right now and see what it looks like. Oh, I have two left here. Let's add one right about like that. And the other one up there like that. Yeah, that's better. It could use another dot here, I think. So I'll get another pack and add another one there. All right, so card number 3 is a fun fold. And I want to show it to you before we do it. So this is what I want to show you. This is a Z fold, a triple panel Z fold. And I wanted to use the vellum because I wanted to be able to enjoy the designer series paper here. But as you can see, the vellum does not hold up well with all of the folding. So I will redo this with white. So I'm going to do it for you guys in white. So we'll go ahead and start this one. So I have a piece of thick basic white cardstock. And this is 8.5 by 5.5. And we're scoring it at 4 1/4 and 2 1/8. And this one folds, this end folds back like that. All right. I had already cut the vellum for this, and I'm going to go ahead and cut a piece. You want to use regular cardstock so it's not so heavy and thick. for the bottom Z part. And we're going to make this 2 inches wide by 8.5. It's scored at 4 1/4 and also 2 1/8. So we're going to score it right here. Now you could make this wider if you wanted to. I wanted it not as wide so we could see that beautiful designer series paper. And then this is going to go on here like this. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and put the inside designer series paper in, which is 5 1/4 by 4. And that's this piece right here. And that goes on the inside part. Just like that. Then I have 2 pieces of the same designer series paper. And this is so pretty. The clouds in it are like embossed. I don't know if you can tell that's raised up. I don't know if you can really see it or not on there. So again, that's why this is specialty paper. And this is going to go right here. And they're 5 1/4 by 1 7/8. It has this cute kind of check crushed curry yellow on the back, or mango melody, I guess. No, I think it's a yellow. I'll have to look on the back of the DSP. And then this one's going to go on the other panel. Now, before I put that on there, we want to put our Z fold on. The Z fold can either go over this, or I'm going to put it so it's behind the designer series paper on the front here. So I don't quite need this whole big thing. I would if I was going to put the designer series paper and then put this on. It would go like that. So I'm going to cut this down like 3/4 of an inch off, to 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch, just like that. And the first thing I'm going to do is put on the small section here, we're going to adhere that down first. And that's going to go right to the end of this front, right there, like that. And then this part here, we're going to fold this down like this and fold that in. And go ahead and adhere this. So I'm just going to put glue about 1/4 of an inch on the end here. Fold everything down and then make your Z. This is a Z fold. I'm just going to hold that a minute. All right, now I've got glue on this already. So I'm going to add this over that. Just like that. Now you could, if you wanted to, you could stamp some grass along there. It would be cute. I'm just going to add the owls on that. So it looks like this and like this here. So I have, I've already stamped these guys or colored them except for one of them. And what did I do? Oh, there he is. Okay, good. All right, so I'm going to put him this guy right here with dimensionals, and I've used crumb cake cardstock colored with granny apple green and pumpkin pie, and this was the dark crumb cake there. And the same colors on this one. And then I'm gonna go ahead and color this one really quick. No, we don't want that. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill in this part of his eye. And I need to use the darker granny apple green. The dark pumpkin pie, you'll want to use the dark on. The Stampin' Blends come in a set of two. There's a light blend and a dark blend in each color. And most of the colors have a set of blends. Not all of them do, but most of them do. We'll make his bow turquoise. Like that. And you could even leave him like that. He's cute like that without even coloring in the part of him in crumb cake. This is the dark crumb cake. And I stamped these owls. I did not use the memento. I wanted a brown, so I used the early espresso. And you just have to be careful. The ink will, like if I put it down here, you're going to see it seeps into farther on the edges, farther out. And you just have to be careful with it and not go all the way to the edge, because that is going to seep a little bit to the edge there. All right. So our owls are done. Let's do our sentiments. And we're going to do who it again? And again, I'm going to cover that other part of it with the tape. Ink it up, take the tape off. And we'll stamp hoo hoo. And then we're gonna stamp happy birthday, and that's from the Best Day stamp set. I'm gonna cut this one off and see if we can get them both out of this. All right, there's that one, and then happy birthday. We'll cut this. Okay, let's put it together. So we have our little guy. We're going to add dimensionals to the back. Maybe if I can find the dimensionals. Grabbing them. Maybe. Oh, good grief. Where are they? Here we go. All right. I'm going to add dimensionals to all of these little owls. Two and three. We're using the 3 different owls in the set. Again, don't forget to comment and share. My fingers are all sticky. A little bit sticky here. Come on. All right. So he's going to go here. This one with a hat is going to go at the end here. Right here. And this guy is going to go right here. All right. So we're going to put him right there. So there's our, let's put our hood on there. I'm going to trim this way, that way. Yeah, this would be really cute. Whoops. Put that there. If it would be really cute with this decorated. I'm going to decorate it some, but I'll show you. You could even add more decorative things to it. And then we're going to put this parallel. Oh, I got to cut the ends. This one. Okay, this one's going to go here. Happy birthday. And then I have a little balloon we're going to add right here. And this is from the Elephant Parade dies. There's another balloon in the Celebration tags dies that you could use too. I'm just putting it on the bottom part of the balloon. And I want it I've got glue I've got to wipe off there. So it looks like he's holding it, but I don't want it way over sticking out this way because of mailing the card or being able to put it in an envelope. So we've got our little owl there holding the balloon. And then these candles here are from the Celebrations Tags dies. And we'll add a couple candles on this panel. We'll put one in the middle here. Yeah, the candles, the dies, there's a candle with polka dot holes in it. Looks like cheese, kind of. And then there's a candle with stripes on it, too. Like you could put paper behind it and have a two-tone candle going, a striped candle. It's sticking to my finger. Okay, and we want, and these colors are Balmy Blue and So Saffron. This would be a cute baby card too. Could do it with Welcome Baby or not with the candles, but with the balloon and some little woodland creatures. Okay, so there's our candles. And we need a bow on our balloon. And this twine is from the In-Color twines. This is the turquoise one. But it goes really well with this. The balloon is die cut from the In-Color glimmer paper, the turquoise. We want our bow really small to go on that. I'm just going to trim the tails here. I'm going to grab a glue dot with my take your pick tool. And I'm going to put it right, I'm going to kind of make a little ball of the glue dot and put it right there. And then stick the bow on it. Okay. So there's the front of our card. Happy birthday. We've got the little owls. And then on the back, we're going to put a piece of 5 1/4 by 4. We're going to just ink this up in black memento with happy birthday, or not happy birthday, wishing you all the wishes. And that's from this set here, Best Day. Okay, wishing you all the wishes, and we're going to stamp that in memento. Oh, thanks, Mom. I don't know, this looks like it's not inking up good. Come on. Okay, let's try this. Wishing you all the wishes. Okay. Wishing you all the wishes, and then we're going to stamp our little party owl down at the bottom. Right here, and you could color him in if you want to. I kind of like it plain. And we need some adhesive. Okay, so this is going to go on the back here like this, and then you've got lots of room to sign that. Oh, there I go with the ink. We'll put a little heart up there or something. Okay, so hoo, happy birthday. And on the back here, we have wishing you all the wishes. And this will fold up into an envelope. And so I hope you enjoyed these cards. There's that one. This is the first one. And then the second card is right here. Right here. So there's the 3 cards. And I hope you enjoy this. I'll be back next week and we'll be doing something floral for birthdays. And I hope you have a great week. I'll also be posting more of the adorable owl cards, different cards this week. So take care and have a great week. And if you want the kits, all you have to do is place an order with me and you'll get the kits sent out to you. So take care and I'll be back next week.